Some landlords, this is what God showed me last night in the spirit. Some landlords, they get their tenants settled, but then they turn on their tenants. And like I said earlier, it's not about a fact of a physical thing and we're going to romp it out and we're going to argue it out and we're going to do this with each other. It's not about that kind of a way. What I mean is, you're probably asking yourself right now, how so, you ask? How do you mean? How do you mean that they turn on their tenants? Oh, I have good news. I don't know if it's good news, but I have news for you. When things in the unit or suite, etc., start to go wrong, they get broken, or whatever the case may be, things are not really turning out for the tenant as they're living in the landlord's building or unit or suite, whatever the case may be. Some landlords will refuse, they'll ignore, they'll not care about their tenants. Do you hear me? They won't care about their tenants. And this leaves most tenants that have only this leaves some tenants that have a level of discernment to move out. And when they move out, what happens then, you ask? The landlord then will increase the rent, you see? And they'll increase the rent in that suite, apartment, unit, whatever you want to call it, whatever the case may be. So they'll increase the rent. So when they get the first initial tenant moved in and all settled, and then, like I said, things start to go wrong in the unit or suite or apartment, whatever you want to call it, and then that tenant gets real tired of it and says, you know, I've talked to them and I've talked to them and I tried to cooperate with them and I've tried to get them to understand this is not working, this is not working, this is broken, this is not functioning right. And the landlord decides, well, I'm not really going to go in and check on it. I'm not really going to do anything. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do nothing to help the tenant. What happens, again, like I said, is God will give some people that are renting from the landlord, they'll give them enough discernment. Well, they'll think to themselves, well, this is enough of this. I'm leaving. Do you understand what I'm saying? And when that first tenant leaves, what happens then is the landlord will totally, in Canada, the landlord will totally up the rent. And I'm talking about like from the last month that person left to the next month that the next person moves in, there will be an increase of, I would say, anywhere from $2 to $5 to $6 to $7, maybe $800 more. So you cannot convince me that all landlords are nice and sweet and so, how would you call it? Melt in your mouth, butter melt in your mouth type of